Hi, and welcome to the show, Nccf Talks, a moment with the senior friends. I am Adeniran by name. I am the host for today. This is the first edition that we'll be having, and I believe you are happy because I'm also excited because you're about to learn, relearn, and also unlearn. Our guest is already available. But before we invite our guest, before our guest show his face, or before we reveal our guest to you, we'll need to quickly go on a short break. And by the time we get back, we will begin the journey of the day. Please do not touch that dial. Thank you.
Thy will be done, not just words we say, but the altar where our flesh must lay. Surrender is our sound, obedience is our crown. Revival isn't coming, it is ye, and it looks like broken men bow down. So let this conference be a holy collision, where hearts align with heaven's vision. No more delay, no more doubt. This is the generation that spoke about, thy kingdom come, that will be done on earth, in us, as it is in heaven. Join us for this Apostolic Conference, 1st to 3rd August 2025, that will be done.
Welcome back. I believe you did not touch the dial. All right, that's good. As you can see, we already have our guest here and is about to give us the information needed. And today's topic is living healthy and personal hygiene. And our guest here will be introducing himself. Sir, please kindly introduce yourself in NCCF format, sir.
All right. First of all, I would like to appreciate NCCF for giving me the opportunity to be here. My name is Ikemefuna Walter Emmanuel. I'm a senior friend, so to say. I did my internship, that's my NYSC at Chevron Cooperative Society. I studied anatomy in the University of Medical Sciences, and I'm not engaged.
All right. You heard him. He's not engaged. So let's quickly jump into the discussion of the day. I have a few questions here that I would like to ask you.
All right.
And one of them is, what exactly is personal hygiene and why is it so essential to our health?
Okay. Let me start by defining what personal hygiene says in regards to the question. So I'll just try to use a layman term so that everybody can understand. So personal hygiene basically is the actions or activities that we take in order to prevent diseases from entering our body. So all those little activities, all those regular activities that one take, like brushing your teeth, like taking your bath regularly, like trimming your hair, like wearing good clothes, all those activities that are being taken is what is known as personal hygiene. And why it's important in our daily life is because, one, like I said before, to prevent diseases from coming into our body. Secondly, there is a way personal hygiene actually brings self-esteem, high self-esteem to one, whereby you can actually socialize with one another. And that brings me to my third importance. It tends to improve the rate of social interactions that one gets with another. Thank you.
How we are learning. All right, let's move into the second question. Thank you so much for that. That was so precise.
You're welcome.
So what are some hygiene habits people often overlook?
In our contemporary days today, there are a lot of hygiene that people overlook, and we are going to actually discuss it now. Thank God for this podcast. One of them is trimming your nails. Yes, trimming your nails. That's a serious, it's actually an important hygiene. But many people tend to overlook it because probably people don't tend to look at the hand, or I don't know why, especially the toenails. Probably it's because they wear shoe and the like, so they tend not to trim their toenails, basically. And that's like one of the common hygiene that is being looked away in that particular regard. Secondly, people tend to brush their teeth, yes, but they forget to brush their tongue. That causes mouth odor. Now, how does that happen? Basically, when you eat, probably in the night or in the morning, when you eat and you wait for a time, that food debris or food particles tend to decay, and it can be left in your the remainers can be left in your tongue or your teeth. So when you brush your teeth and forget to brush your tongue, those decay, the odor that comes from that decay tends to form mouth odor, which will be very, very bad.
Wow.
Yes, socially. So people tend to leave that. They brush their teeth, they say they brush their teeth, but they forget to brush
Yeah.
the tongue. And even on that note, people tend to actually brush once in a day. Yes, which is not the right way. Yes, it's a good one, but there is a better way, a recommended way by dentists. That is, you brush twice a day, in the morning and in the evening before you sleep. That's morning before you eat or after you eat. I think most of the time they do it after you eat. You tend to wash your mouth, then you eat, then you brush, then in the evening before you sleep.
Wow. Those of you that you only brush your teeth and you don't brush your tongue, I believe you are on learning right now. All right. So thank you so much for that.
You're welcome, sir.
I also have another question here. I think it would be so nice for you to give us a light on it. So how does personal hygiene connect with overall wellness, physically, mentally, and socially?
Like I've said before, personal hygiene actually has a big deal in regards to the contribution it gives to the social, the mental, and the physical well-being of an individual. Now, let's dive into the physical first. Now, when we talk about personal hygiene, like I've said, which are the activities that prevents diseases. So, one of the physical contributions that personal hygiene gives to the physical well-being is that it makes you neat. It makes you clean. Yes. Not only that, it makes you to, to look physically fit. Now, let's say I come in here with a tattered hair. I come here with a dirty clothes. Definitely, I'm not sure you actually want to invite me. Even though you invited me, you don't want me to sit down on this couch to talk about personal hygiene. Yes. So it has a physical implication and a positive one at that when there is a good personal hygiene, because it contributes physically to your well-being. Now, going down to the mental well-being, yes, it contributes well to the mental well-being, because when you smell nice, when you look nice, you think of yourself highly. So you have a high thought about yourself. There is a high self-esteem about yourself. So that gives you a mental picture about who you are. I can walk up to somebody, I can talk to the person, and I will not have that thought behind me and say, oh, I hope I'm not smelling or something like that. Yes, I'll be confident about myself. I can talk anywhere. Now, moving on to, we talked about the physical. Yes, we talk about the mental and yes, the social part. Yes, that contributes, like I said, well. Your personal hygiene contributes well to the social. Yes, the acceptance. Yes. The acceptance when I talk to you, like I'm talking to you now, I believe you're not perceiving anything from my mouth. Yeah, that's a social. Yes. I'm confident speaking to you because I know I brushed my teeth. I sprayed perfume before I got to this place. So yes, there is a social contribution to it, and that makes you, like I said, is a high self-esteem. You can talk anywhere. You can be called upon instantly, and you can be bold that when I get there. There is a social contribution, a positive social contribution that will leave not only by the speech but also my aura. Yes, my aura.
Wow, this is getting interesting.
Yes, it is.
I'm tempted to say we should go on a short break, but don't worry, we're not going on a short break. So let us continue. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, so I have another question here. It says that what are the few daily routines that promote a healthy lifestyle beyond hygiene? So I have some, examples here, which is hydration, sleep, nutrition, and the like. So you can just elaborate on them.
Okay, well, one of the daily routine that I would recommend that one should actually follow because you said something about beyond hygiene. Yes, beyond hygiene. So I will permit me to say this, but prayer is one of the major things that go beyond hygiene. Now, let me explain. Every human being, or 90% of the human being in this earth, loves to be listened to.
Okay.
Yes, they love to be listened to. They tend to merge with somebody that listens to them. Now, in prayer is a point where somebody listens to you, even though the person is not physical. So one can pray to God, one can pray to anything, but definitely somebody prays to something because the person tends to listen. That's why a lot of people have imaginary friends, because they believe that person listens to them. So prayer can be a major daily routine that you can actually involve yourself into, that can actually extend or brighten your life even beyond the hygiene. Do you understand? So secondly, like you said, hydration. You take water daily. Take water daily very, very well, because it tends to flush your your system, gives you like tend to renew your system and make it well for the day. And let me just talk about nutrition as well. You have to actually have a balanced diet. Yes, not gari morning, gari afternoon, gari night. No, yes, it's possible. It's possible. Many a times people tend to eat a lot of junks, sugary things, but you can actually swap it with fruits at least once a day. Even though yes, there's what we call sucrose. That's a disaccharide, a type of sugar that is found both in sugary things, in junks, and in fruits. But the sucrose in fruits is also combined with a lot of vitamins there, which can be helpful to your system. Yes, and can be helpful to your the antibodies in your system that tend to find the antigens, as the bacteria that come into your system. So instead of taking sugary things, you can swap it with fruits daily. So basically, that's like the few things that you can do, and there are many more. But time will definitely not permit us to talk about it.
Yes, that's true. Hey, I hope you are on learning. This is getting more interesting. All right, so just a few more questions, and we will, allow you to go. Okay, so what's the next question we have here is that can you share any myths or misconceptions people share about personal hygiene?
Well, yes, I can, because definitely in our country, Nigeria, today, there are a lot of things that people say in regards to personal hygiene that is not true, or is not truly the fact. One of them is that personal hygiene is basically meant for females. Yes, well, there's a misconception to it, because they say that females tend to have a lot of bodily reactions that need attention, thereby making them to have a good personal hygiene higher compared to the males. But that's not true. Males too as well have bodily functions that tend to express itself whilst one grow older. And yes, the equation between the male and the female should be equal. I mean, two of you should have a high level in regards to your personal hygiene, a good personal hygiene. Secondly, some people tend to say that it's not necessary to brush twice a day. Once is okay, while we're brushing twice. It is very, very necessary. Research has proven, dentists has proven that it is better and very, very beneficial to brush 2 times a day. That is, you brush before you sleep. That's after you've eaten. Now, when you brush before you sleep, after you've eaten, all the things you've eaten would have been
Take it out.
spat out. So when you wake up, you just have to just wash your mouth, eat, then brush. You wash your mouth with water, eat, then you brush. And also, there is a particular one that is actually in regards to brushing your teeth. Do you know that it is proven that when you use toothpaste to brush your teeth, you are not supposed to wash it out?
Wow.
Yes, you're not supposed to wash it out.
Wow.
You're supposed to leave it there to react with the elements of your teeth. Why do I say so? Now, your toothpaste has an element that is quite common. I'm just going basic. An element quite common, those are fluorine. Yes, that's what they used to make of fluorine or calcium. Now, those elements are placed in toothpaste so that once they enter your teeth, they tend to react with the elements of your teeth. There's an anatomical name called the enamel, yes, of your teeth, to react with it. Then they will now strengthen it, because the fluorine and the calcium help to strengthen bones. Yes, and your teeth definitely is a bone. So when the calcium enters or the fluorine enters, you are give it some time to strengthen the teeth. Because imagine you washing your this thing, and something that's supposed to stay there to strengthen it, you pour it out again. So basically, yes, your teeth might be white, but your teeth is not strengthened. So that's one of the misconceptions that is happening in our daily personal hygiene.
Wow. I'm tempted to ask further questions on this, but we have a lot of things to discuss. So please do not go anywhere. All right, so let's quickly move on to another question.
All right.
So how can parents teach good hygiene habits to their kids?
All right. This is a very, very vital question, because one of the, like they said, charity begins at home.
Yes.
The reason why we have a community is because at one point in time, there was a family. Family extended to be a community extended to be a nation, and the likes. So one of the ways that parents can inculcate the habit of good personal hygiene into the children is, one, by catchy words like songs like games. Now, when we were little, like I can remember, there are songs that still stuck to my brain. There are things that still stuck to my brain rather because they were composed in a song, like the elements, the periodical elements. They stuck to my brain because they were formed as songs. So if you can form a song to our children, definitely that will be like a reference point whilst they are living their daily life in regards to their personal hygiene. Another way is they can try to do it is by rewarding good personal hygiene among peers. Now, when you do that within the children, let me say we are brothers and they reward me because my room is always clean, because I'm always neat, and you always scatter your room. And let's say they reward me with something that you like, let's say with money, that will make you want to.
Yes.
I want to get this money. So it's be like a competition. Thereby, not the children themselves will know that they're actually building personal hygiene. Before you know it, when they get to the university, they'll be like, I'm trained this way. So you see someone waking up, arranging his bed and leaving, because they'll be like, how are you doing it? Said, I'm actually trained this way. So those are one of the ways to do it, and start early. As a parent, you have to start early. You have to start early. While they are crawling as toddlers, you have to start early, using all these methods so that it can actually be inculcated into their well-being.
Viewers, listeners all around the world, I am so happy that this is available for you, and blessed are your eyes that are seeing this and the ears that are hearing. So before I continue, let's go into this discussion. This question again. All right. So this one that we have here says that what simple changes can listeners, viewers make today to improve their hygiene and health?
Well, like the popular saying, it's better now than never. Start now. It's better to start now than to never start. So one of the common things I will start, like I said, a lot of things I've said today, but from today, start being better. Just have it in your mind, conclude in your mind. Like the Bible said, Daniel resolved in his heart. So you have to resolve in your heart. You have to determine that, okay, starting from today, I will be a person that is termed as a person that has a good personal hygiene. When you have that in mind, then everything seems to flow like water, because you tend to browse, okay, how can I be better? That's when you tend to brush your teeth twice. That's when you tend to wear good clothes. That's when you tend to change your towel, because that's one of the major things. We tend to use one towel for like 2 years. Yeah, you change your towel, you change your brush. Maximum time you're supposed to use your brush. Even written on the brush packet, 3 months. Highest 3 months. Some people use brush for 2 years. Yes. So you change your brush regularly. You change a lot of things regularly, because your body tends to emit a lot of things like sweat. And when you don't change it, it tends to just become the thing that you are supposed to use to give you a good personal hygiene, like your brush, becomes a breathing space for germs. So you have to tend to change this every time. So when you inculcate this habit and you have a resolved mind that I will become a good personal hygienist. Let me use that word. If that word is yes, permit me to use that. A good personal hygienist. Then from there, your journey begins, and definitely before you know it, you become what you set your mind to become.
And healthy living is imminent.
Yes.
Once you can start today, so it is not too late, as you have heard from our guest. It is not too late. It's not too late. So the last but not the least.
All right.
So it says that, are there any tools, apps, or resources that can help with tracking health habits?
Yeah, we thank God for the technology that has advanced in our generation, and due to this, there are apps for everything. Yes, there are apps for everything. That's why I say the only thing that you just have to do is just resolve in your head or resolve in your mind that I want to start. If you can start, the technology will help you, because there are apps like Samsung Health for those that are using Samsung that can track your. There are apps like Habitica.
Okay.
Yes, Google Fit. Those are apps that can help you, track your nutrition, your physical fitness, and also your hygiene procedures daily. Yeah, those are the apps that can actually help you. My Fitness Pal. They can be gotten from Play Store and Apple Store. So those are the apps that can help you actually get a good personal hygiene routine in your life.
Dear listeners and viewers, we'll be wrapping it up here. But I believe that you have learned one or two, and I'm very certain that it's not just one, neither is it two. You have learned more than 5. The beauty of this is that you begin today. You start today. When you notice that some of the things our guests have spoken about is related to you, please do well to start today and put them into practice. It is just one thing for us to bring out the information. It is another thing for you to act, because it is what you have acted upon that will bring the required results. Don't forget, our guest told us that you can start now. You can start now. So I believe you have enjoyed the show. It's a beautiful time with you, sir.
Thank you so much. A beautiful time with Nccf. I love you. I love all of you, and there's nothing you can do about it.
All right. So maybe your last words before we end the show.
Oh, well, like I've said a lot of things today, but what I would just say is that personal hygiene, just like the common saying says, cleanliness is next to godliness. And I believe that this is a Christian podcast. So definitely, if you are chasing God, you have to be clean. You cannot chase God and not be like Him. Yes. So you have to be clean. So if you have this mindset as a Christian that, oh, I want to chase God, and one of the criteria that is needed to actually make that pursuit, or that begin that journey, is for you to be clean, then you don't have a problem. Just start being clean. Start being clean, because one of the attributes, he said,
be holy.
Yes, be holy as I am holy. So yes, God expects you to be like Himself, because you're actually created in His image. And whether I like it or not, one of the attributes of God is that God is clean.
Yes.
God is clean.
I hope you get that.
Yes, God is clean. So we have to be clean in our everyday life, because when somebody sees us, there must be an attribute or attributes that are exhibiting from us that shows that we are Christian. One of the attributes is cleanness. So we have to be clean.
Our viewers, you have to be clean. I wish you can say it to yourself, I have to be clean, because I carry the attributes. I was made in the image and the likeness of God. So this is where we're wrapping it up. We really enjoy your time with us. And we would love you to like, comment what you have heard today. I believe you should be able to say, oh, I learned this, I learned that. So please do well to like, do well to comment. And also, don't forget to follow us. If you're on YouTube, please do well to subscribe. If you're on TikTok, please follow. If you're on X, which is Twitter, please follow us so that you can get more information about Nccf Talks, a moment with the senior friends. All right, so this is what we're calling today. Do well and bye for now. Bye.